Uh, Great, perfect timing. Hi, hello, howdy, and welcome everybody to another exciting session of the Valkyrie Epoch. Here we are coming back for part two of our three-part story. As tonight we launch the beginning of the Signal of Screams adventure path. Here tonight I am as always your friendly neighborhood K, the Galactic Menace and GM around these here parts for Thursdays. And joining me are my four fine friends and wonderful players. We have Clue, Doge, Leah, and Scott.
Do
And
we have Clue? I
Hi,
don't.
everybody.
he's
Get my
here
hand. I'm
somewhere.
here.
He enjoys his standing desk because he likes to wander while he's going, and he needs to get a wider frame for his camera so we can actually see him as he's wandering around the room.
I have ADHD.
Whoa.
Yep.
We
Yep.
know.
Guys,
We know you're
breaking
playing
news.
Dungeons
Yeah,
and
breaking
Dragons.
news on that one. But yeah, we are here after a little 2 week break, and we are ready to get started with a shiny new adventure path. Because last time we played, we finished out against the Aeon Throne. And tonight we start Signal Screams with Book One, The Diaspora Strain, written by Chris S. Sims. A few things of housekeeping here at the top of the show for those kind of watching the future. This is going to be a little bit of a horror adventure path. That's what Signal Screams is. I mean, you can't tell by the name. It has screams in the title. Of course, it's going to be spooky and horror.
Okay.
Bring on the whores.
Yes,
I
exactly.
thought you said horses. Oh
Oh
man.
no.
I thought you
Horse,
said horse.
horses. And we're
I
gonna have it
an
all.
entirely wrong podcast because
I was
did
all
not hear
ready for horses. I even have the right pants on.
I have no
Aren't you
pants
playing
on
a
because
finance
I had
bro?
something
You should be
entirely
like
different.
very on board with the horse.
Yep, exactly. I do want to just, like I said, start out there just for posterity's sake that I have sat down with each of my players here, and I have gotten their permission to do all sorts of unspeakable things to their characters, as well as we
Wait.
have gone over, lines and
Hang
veils,
on. Are we
and
sure we're not doing horse?
You didn't talk to me about this. What are you talking about?
yes, I did. I have it in writing on Discord, and
I
I will
don't remember
find
that.
it somewhere in our thousands of messages.
He might just be
and
using your
DMs.
guys' your standard agreement you have for the house.
It's fair.
That
He
is also
snuck it
fair.
in. It's right there in Article 2.
It's always it's always the fine print. You have to check. It's always the fine print is where I sneak the extra things
The
in.
fine print, no butt stuff. It's just right there, all in writing.
But yeah. So and of course, as you all know, if there is something going on that you guys are not comfortable with, just yell at me, shoot me a message on Discord, yell in the chat, whatever needs to be, and we will
I'm
move
okay
on
with
from
butt
that.
stuff.
That's
I'm
great
gonna
to know.
insist on lube.
Sorry, but for this one, lube is going to be optional. It is a horror campaign.
Let me spit on
So
it.
Oh gosh. We
Uh,
flagged that mature rating like usual.
We're 10 minutes in.
Ugh.
We're off the rails.
No, we are
What else
literally
new?
6
Not
minutes
even.
in.
Not even. I was gonna say it's more like 5.
but yeah. So usually this is when I do like a little question about your ask your guys something about one of your characters, but I think we're gonna skip that for the moment. We'll come back around to that little character introduction, and instead we're gonna jump right into some storytelling. It's role playing and setting the scene, and we get to meet, and we have 3 new characters to meet because 3 of the 4 players decided, hey, I want to try something different for this game.
Oh, Lord.
We still have Winnie though, so the giant butterfly still exists. But yeah, so I will say, way back, our previous story against the Aeon Throne did take place in the year 320 AG, and it only lasted a few months. And we are going to be doing a little bit of time skip as it is now 321 AG, 1 year after the events of Against the Aeon Throne. For those who missed what happened in our epilogue session 2 weeks ago, some crazy shit went down. You should go listen to that one. I thought it was great. But Scott, we're going to start off with you. I want you to introduce and describe your new character. Who do we got? What do we see? What does he look like?
So that yawn was in character. So I am playing Kubo. Kubo is a very tall, very broad-shouldered humanoid monkey. Marikoi, and he's got very like light brown fur basically going over his entire body. And he's got a very like square face, very like heavy set features, and his eyes are just so tired, so very tired. Um, he's very muscular, tends to wear a lot of athletic wear. He is the owner of a gym that could charitably be called failing. And also the proud and tired father of four children. Um, he has he has come here with one of his clients from the gym, largely against his will.
Oh,
But
so you're not good at that part just yet.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, tall, broad gym monkey, literally.
Um, but yeah, speaking of here with one of his clients, Kubo, man, come on. I'm gonna get a chance to join the Buzzblades, the Absalom Buzzblades. They're on track to win the Bruder Taurus League this year. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be an ultimate. Come on, can you imagine? This is a great opportunity for me, and I need you to please come with me to this. Uh, as
I'm
a younger looking Marikoi named Puru groans from across kind of like the desk where Kubo's kind of seated behind doing his ownership, and Puru's there pleading the owner of his home gym for this favor. I've already talked
Peru,
to Kia. She's on board.
Peru. I'm really happy for you, but I'm not gonna do that. I can't just leave the gym, and I can't just leave Kaya. And I'm really happy for you. This is awesome for you. I am not gonna be involved here.
But come on, please. I need you. They need me. They need to see, like, talk to my support team. The guys helped me get, keep my shape and keep going. Like, come on. And, like I said, Kaya's fine with it. I've already talked to her. She's fine with me taking you to the S for a vacation. That's all inclusive. Like, you don't have to pay for anything. His tail kind of whips back and forth a little bit as he kind of looks between Kubo and Kaya, who is clearly like looking in obvious as day into like the glass of your office, just gives you a giant thumbs up.
I Yeah, Kubo has definitely like had to catch himself from literally falling asleep during this conversation multiple times. And he's just gonna I again really excited for you, but I can't just go with you, man. I can't.
Now, just come on, please think about it. All right,
It
think about it. I
really
need to
does.
know by tomorrow.
It really does sound great, but I can't. I can't. I can't, man.
And we fast forward a little bit to later that evening when you are at home. The kids are all in bed, and it's just you and Kaya kind of just seated on the couch. I imagine, do you live above
Do
your
you
gym
believe?
or?
Um, I think we live beneath the gym because
Okay,
I think that like the gym is like one of those like warehouse type setups, and our apartment is basically like a basement apartment underneath it.
okay. So you're there, just kind of behind sitting on the
Can
couch, like it's after dinner. The kids are in bed, and you're probably there just struggling to stay awake. And
you believe
Kaya,
he wants me to go halfway across the galaxy with him? I mean, you just had Etek. I can't just go, right?
Kubo, my love, you absolutely can go. I told you, my mother will come in and will help with Ida and the boys, and you and I is doing great, taking well the treatments. Plus, just think, this is gonna be a great opportunity to get some more extra publicity for the gym. You're going to New Elysium, a huge fancy resort, and it's going to be all inclusive, so we don't have to pay for anything. I mean, you don't know what kind of contracts you can make. Maybe you can find some way to, finagle with the Paradise Resorts to do a contract to like get you to come in and do some training sessions and maybe get more word out about the gym.
I guess. I mean, okay. I still think this is a bad idea, but if you are confident that it'll work out, okay. Um, have a good night. I've got to go and do a shift. They got me on the ride again today. So sleep well. I'll be back, and I will bring this week's pills for her. All right. Sorry for him. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Be careful, okay? And then she kind of gets up with you, walks you towards the door, but stops and runs into the kitchen real quick before handing you a giant gallon-sized jug of coffee.
He takes it, gives his wife a quick kiss on the head, and then heads out with his like literal like industrial coffee mug.
Coffee is a love language.
And yeah, so Kubo, you find yourself on literally the fanciest shuttle you have ever seen or experienced in your life. You're sitting right next to Puru, though when I say next to you, you're actually on opposite sides of the aisle because this shuttle is sized where you can easily probably fit a good 20, 30 people on it. And there's like 12 chairs. And this thing is like just deluxe comfort. There's a room with several beds that are, like full size beds in the back of it for you to sleep on. There's a full in-suite kitchen on the bottom level. Uh Swanky is ideal word to describe this shuttle. And like
Kubo is definitely like seated in his seat with like his hands fully down on the armrests and like his fingers like curled in, like gripping them way harder than is appropriate, and like just his whole body tensed up over absolutely no turbulence whatsoever.
And speaking of the seat is also constantly shifting and adjusting to like however tense you're sitting. When you move ever so slightly, the seat immediately adjusts right to his back and his posture, and it's heated. If any part of your body feels any kind of chill, it immediately goes right back to the temperature that is set perfectly for a Mirakoi like you.
He definitely like twitches and like almost jumps every time that he feels it adjusting to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you look across and there's Puru, and he is like a child, which, to be fair, he is all of 21, 22 years old, I imagine.
He's a child. He's a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is a baby, and he is just there like, this is the best day of his life. And you're just there thinking, it's going to be 4 days to get from Absalom Station to wherever this resort is in the diaspora.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think like under his breath he's being like, oh god, 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 oh god.
And so what are kind of like Kubo? How is Kubo feeling? What is he thinking on this trip as it like moves on and moves forward?
I think Kubo is like he's still in as much as he has in him of work mode right now. He's still like trying to think of like, okay, I'm supposed to be using this trip to find like some kind of like sponsorship or advertising opportunity for when I get back. And I have no idea how to do that or who to talk to make that happen. So like who am I just like going up to the first person I see in a suit? Will I be able to tell which suit is the like I have money and influence suit? I I don't know. I don't know suits. I've never dealt with suits before other than like the one time I went to the bank 20 years ago to start this gym. Um so yeah, he's definitely like having a panic spiral in his brain about how much how much this free vacation that is basically stemming the bleeding of his failing gym is yet another opportunity he is probably gonna fuck up.
And with that happy note, oof. Like I said, you
That's
finally are
him.
start coming into view of New Elysium, and this resort is settled on top of an asteroid in the Diasporan belt of the Pack system, and it just gleams like you've coming across a lake in the middle of a desert. There, the walls are just it rises up, pristine white walls that covered with a clear transmuted aluminum dome over top, and you can just look down in it and just see it's a massive, just clean parks, bars. Like you can zoom in with the computer with the ship shuttle sensors, and you just can just tell, oh, there's a giant park in the middle of this asteroid dome. There's places to eat. There's things to do, and it just looks honestly a little bit like a potential paradise. And I mean that makes sense. It's probably what they're trying to aim for. And you kind of just shake your head and sit back, trying to relax as the uh, pilot of the shuttle comes over comms and, all right, passengers, we are beginning our final descent into New Elysium. We hope you have a wonderful stay. And yeah, it descends in for the final docking procedure. And that's where we're going to kind of shift a little bit away from here and leave Kubo for now as we move to Leah. I, I mean, so
Hi.
hi, you're still playing Winifred from Against the Aeon
Yes, I
Throne.
am.
But it's been a year, so I want you to describe how Winnie has kind of changed in any way, shape, or form in this past year.
I feel like Winnie was fairly carefree. Um, in the past, she was willing to go along with just about anything. Um, as far as like, hey, you want to do a raid on the space Nazis? Hell yeah, let's go. Like, she didn't have a lot of cares, but the day that Laukios got sucked into that portal, it became like this thing in her head, and she couldn't stop thinking about it. And while they were on that whole mission against the Aeon throne, uh it was like a distraction for her. And then there was no distraction. We did it. And everybody else had these things they were focused on. And it became like this, oh, okay, like I'm going to try to figure this out. And then it became an obsession. And so while she's still basically the same person, I feel like she's a little more preoccupied, a little more like in her own thoughts, a little driven, a little obsessed. Not a lot of time for making friends because she's always off chasing another lead, chasing another potential rift.
All right, and speaking of rifts and the hunt for Laukios in the Shadow Plane, that's what's kind of brought you here to New Elysium. Because you have sensed that there is something going on, kind of on deep underneath this random asteroid deep in the diaspora. But when you came here to kind of see what was up, it's like, oh, there's a giant fucking resort here, and oh, this is gonna be expensive as hell to get into, especially since there seems to be some kind of special limited access event going on.
Hell yeah.
But well, at the end of the day, you might owe Peggy and Lemire and probably Grunt some money, but
Nah.
with the last of the salvage and credit rights that you had in the ship account, you were just barely able to scrounge enough money for a ticket. And sure enough, by access, as you had kind of floated in space outside this asteroid trying to negotiate your way
Piggy
in.
don't get his money.
No. Seeing his old friend Laukios back and alive, that'll be enough. That'll be enough.
And Winnie, as you start to make your final approach, an alert goes up on your screens and your sensors, and you glance over, piloting this massive. What was the Valkyrie? A destroyer?
It was.
I
Yeah,
don't remember.
destroyer. Yep,
It
destroyer.
was a destroyer.
I want to make a note here. Winnie has some ranks in piloting. But Winnie was never the pilot. So this idea that she is flying this ship around basically by herself is actually kind of hilarious because like while she can probably figure it out, it's not great.
He like has a computer, man. It's gonna do
Yeah.
half the work for
Yeah,
you.
you're definitely getting some help
Yeah.
with from the onboard AI.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but yeah, you kind of glance up at the alert popping on your sensors, and hey, there's a bit of a grin come across your face because you check out the iconography, and looks like one of these shuttles that is flying a transponder identifying as the Goal Runner has come under attack by several pirate ships, three little small pirate fighters that are don't have any kind of transponder codes and don't seem to be associated even with the free captains of the diaspora, which is very unusual.
Mm.
And just as you kind of start to turn the ship towards that way to like be like, hey, let's maybe do some goodwill and get some of that money back, a call comes out across the radios saying, and you hear a kind of gruff voice. New Elysium Defense. This is the Buzzblades on board the Goal Runner. We need help. There are pirates on our tail and we can't outrun them. And then another voice comes across, cutting off that one, saying, nah, pretties, give it up. We'll go easy on ya. And then you hear another call coming across. Shuttle Goal Runner. This is Kane Zaffel of the New Elysium Security Team. We have 2 ships en route. Hold them off as long as you can. Winnie, do you want to kind of chime in on this radio chatter?
Uh Winnie's like thinking about it. She was very much like, "Oh, like I'm finally here." And then like all this stuff starts happening. And she's just like she's going to chime in and just be like, "Leave it to the cops, you know. How long is it going to take you guys to be there?"
They come back. Like, who is that? What is going on? Are you another guest? Just make your approach safely, and we'll handle this.
I'm just I'm going to say, "Don't worry, I'll do your job for you. I'll hang a UE and go help."
And yeah, so you do as you start closing in. I mean, you are in a destroyer that's 3 tiny fighters going
She's
up
going for it.
against a
Yeah.
shuttle. So
She's going for it.
they're gonna, and you kind of flip around and and you fire off several missiles and begin trying to aim your lasers while you're piloting this massive ship. And 2 of the fighters immediately veer off to dodge out the missiles and begin coming towards you, trying to flank you. And yeah, you can find yourself in a bit of a starship fight up there.
Son of
Can I
that
slightly
alternate
edit this?
reality where you're a fucking gunfighter.
Yeah. Can I edit this slightly?
What's up?
These are little tiny flyers, right? They're just little guys.
Uh-huh.
I would like to run them over. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be like, "You're not even worth the bullets," and I'm gonna run them over.
I mean, they're gonna be a lot faster than you, but you can certainly try.
Yeah,
You
no,
can.
I am.
You're
I'm gonna
definitely.
shoot at them too.
You're
But yeah, I'm
definitely.
gonna try to
Yeah.
run them over.
And yeah, so you're trying to run them over and shoot these 2 who are harassing you while one of the fighters stays on the Gore Runner shuttle. And you
I
see
do
as
believe we do have a ramming prow. I'm not sure. I'm
I'm
pretty
pretty
sure
sure we
that
do.
we did. I'm pretty sure.
I'm banking on it. I think
you
we did.
see the Goal Runner take a big hit, and it seems to slow and shudder for a moment before picking back up speed. And you hear them call over. It's like, shit, we're losing power. Uh, Valkyrie, you're here. Can you just help us out here? You're doing great, but like just a little more help. We're not too heavily armed here.
I'm gonna be like, "Do I have to do everything for you?" And then I'll go help them. I'll open the little
Uh,
door where Peggy's little flyer would go in, and I'll let them fly in.
So you try to give such where they can fly in with you, and you fire another missile and manage to blast one of the fighters just enough. They're just enough off balance to ram into it, just as the Goal Runner kind of whips around and
The
slides into
ultimate shade,
place.
though. It's like, here, do you need a ride too?
And then you manage to blow up another one of the fighters, and with 2 of them destroyed, the third one peels off and calls out across the comm unit. Rot on that rock, maggots. May you join our mates that haunt its innards. And yeah, you're able to start making your way towards New Elysium itself, and you get another ping from the goal runner saying, "Hey, whoever's on board? Thanks for saving us. We definitely owe you a drink once we get down there."
You owe me more than a drink. I'm gonna need you to PayPal. What was Peggy's anonymous group's name?
Frognomimus?
Frognonymous. That one. I'm gonna need you to send Frognonymous a couple credits for this.
Aren't they a terrorist organization?
Yes, I need
That depends who
him
you're talking
specifically to do it.
Yeah, little bit there, but yeah. So
I mean, sure, if you believe the fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes! Fucking people are smoking!
I'm gonna be like in the memo line when you send them the PayPal. Just put a butterfly. He'll know what it means.
It's from Lemire. That's what he'll know.
God damn it!
Be like, the guy set him off. Son of a bitch.
I thought he hated me.
And yeah, so as Winnie, you bring the Valkyrie in for landing, we're gonna kind of shift scenes again. And Doge, hi. You want to who are you bringing to the party this go around?
I'm bringing Luke.
Okay.
He's if you see him, he's like a tall, slender looking dude. He wears a suit like all the time. It's a nice suit, but it's well worn, so it's nothing fancy. He's arguably a handsome guy. You might think so. He partially works as an accountant for various accounting firms and other companies. He's a Demai, so not quite a human, but also still basically human.
Still basically human.
So we see Luke as he is stepping off his shuttle into a large, beautiful Art Deco styled landing pad. He's kind of staring a little wide-eyed. It's just unbelievable the sheer amount of money that must get spent just building and designing this place. As you kind of look around, as you just can't but feel like, no wonder. Yeah, it's a good thing you won that prize from work. That prize giveaway, because otherwise you don't think you'd be able to afford to come to New Elysium on your own.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so you kind of just shake your head, grab your wheeled suitcase, and start moving your way across the docking bay. But you do pause briefly because there's some kind of commotion going off across the side, and you see a whole bunch of folks in some kind of military or security uniforms, kind of dark red, tailored, long jackets and pants tucked into some leather boots. You see a whole bunch of them, and then your hand just tightens a little bit on suitcases. A couple of them run right by you, but they just kind of hustle off, heading for a pair of what looks to be combat style ships across the bay from where you're entering. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird. I wouldn't expect so much. I wouldn't expect so much security in a place like this here. Well, maybe I would. I don't know.
I mean, it isn't the Esper. There are a lot of pirates here, so I
Yeah.
guess maybe something's probably going on out there
They
in
probably
space.
have a good crew. It makes sense.
Something thrilling, like one ship fighting off three.
Who knows?
But yeah, so how is Luke feeling about being here on New Elysium? What's kind of his thoughts? Like, where's his head at with this?
He's probably in his own head a little bit, where he's just kind of thinking about what this next vacation time is supposed to bring him, and all the different being away from his usual life and being in such a different location. He's not normally used to being like trapped in a ship like this for so long, even though he works in an office firm.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so you just kind of keep going on your way. Your itinerary told you that you're gonna meet with a host and a couple other people, because like to bring the guests in like small little groups so they can give you a chance of, oh, you don't know anyone here. Well, here's a couple people to meet. And so you're all supposed to be meeting your fellow guests just off the docking bay before you actually enter New Elysium itself. And you kind of keep heading on that way. And last but not least, Clue. Who are you bringing with us on this adventure today?
I am bringing a cute little guy. He's
Does he
just a
like to
cute,
break
sweet little
rocks on his
guy,
belly? Does he
and
rub rocks on his belly?
rub little rocks on his belly and break clams with them. Yeah, he's the sweetest little guy. He's got a mouthful of a name. He is let's see, let me get the voice in here. Arthur Benjamin Christopher Albuquerque III.
Oh no. All right. Yeah. So, Art, for short,
ABC.
ABC. Yeah. So, we see Arthur standing at the side of his mother's grave, his hands clenched in fists as he watches her casket lower into the ground. Unlike his father's funeral, where there was large crowds of people, most potentially mourning and actually maybe going to miss him. It's a much smaller and quieter funeral here for his mother, and yeah, he's kind of there by himself as she's slowly lowered in there. He bears witness to her final resting place. But your wrist is just buzzing constantly and constantly as you get notifications from your comm unit alerting you of condolences, requests for interviews as you take over the Burke Group, business meetings that need to happen now that you're CEO and president. But yeah, how are you feeling in this moment? Like both your parents just died, and well, here you are.
Uh, I think there's a detached roteness about him. He's kind of just going through the motions, uh, polite thank yous. Inside, he's a torrent of emotion and reeling. Here, all of a sudden, he is, while he's been avoiding this life all of his days in college and in his formative years and in private schools and all that, going on as many like out trips and wilderness exploration and various cultural exchange programs that he's been a part of. He's been avoiding this whole huge responsibility, this life that they have, and he doesn't want it, but he has to have it, and he's at his mother's grave, and the casket's lowering, and the watch is going off, and he's fidgeting with the clasp, and he undoes it, and he flicks the comm unit into the grave with the casket as he heads, and then he heads back to the waiting car.
And yeah, so as you head back to the waiting car, your bodyguards kind of step out from the polite distance they had maintained to be in your shadow because I mean, you're now the person in charge of the fifth largest company on Absalom Station in the PAC system. That's pretty fucking crazy. And as you
I'm
sit
afraid
down
I'll need a new comm unit soon.
and your personal assistant just pulls one out. They just knew. They have it ready. They're that good at their job. They don't say a word. They just
I
hand
was
you.
hoping for at least a little while.
Sorry, sir. You know it can't go like that, unfortunately. You do need to be on the road soon, unfortunately. We have to get you on your way out to New Elysium. There's a meeting with the new substitute for the Buzzblades, free signing contracts for the team since they're about to take the championship for the third season running.
And
And of
we are
course,
now part owner. Yes.
and Paradise Resorts wants to get final approval and thoughts on their new digital concierge service that they want you there personally to trial. And well, I suppose it works. This is as good time as any to give you a little more breathing room before you actually have to take over the company.
Just make sure that there's massage waiting for me in the suite.
Of course, sir. Now, about the security, do you wish to have them escorting you, or do you
No,
still intend
no.
to have them left behind? You know how they feel about that, sir.
I'm aware of how they feel. How does it look?
Of course, sir.
I
And
have to show that we trust their services just as much as anybody else would.
yeah. And a week later, we see Arthur Benjamin Christopher Albuquerque III on a private shuttle inbound for New Elysium, but you're not really able to appreciate the view of the stars and the asteroids and this massive, beautiful facility. You're too busy dealing with paperwork. Interesting paperwork at the very least, because you've had a whole slew of auditors going through a lot of the Burke Group holdings and deals at the last several years, and there's been some questionable ones that you're not entirely sure about. That, if right, your father was definitely not up to the best of intentions, for lack of a better phrase on that one. And you're trying to make sense of it all. Your security team, who's on the shuttle here with you, they agreed that they will not exit the shuttle with you, leave you on the, but they did travel with you. Uh, One of them does seem rather concerned for a moment, but they just kind of shake their head and look. He said, "Sir, just so you're aware, there was seems to have been an incident. Some pirates attempted to hijack another shuttle, but they
We
were
are
chased off."
in the diaspora, after all. Pirates don't do what pirates do.
Indeed, sir. We're just keeping an eye on that. Figure we would, keep you updated on that.
I appreciate all your efforts.
Of course, sir.
They are not unseen.
Sir, I just want to stress one more time. We really don't think, at least let one of us accompany you here. I know it's a vacation, but I mean, we could take a
It is
vacation
a
too.
resort on its opening weekend. They have top-notch security here. We have we have been through this with their team.
I know,
I
sir.
will
Just
not have this conversation at the door.
yes, sir. Just after the untimely death of your parents, we want to make sure that you stay safe. It is vital
And I
that
appreciate
Burke
where you're
Group
coming from.
that Burke Group does not lose another leader so fast.
And we shall see them in a moment. I
Very
wish you
well,
well.
very well, sir.
Safe journeys.
And yeah, so your shuttle lands at New Elysium. You can stand up and grab your suitcase and set out to disembark.
Yeah, I like to think that he's probably kind of got an understated like messenger bag about him and very low key money threads. Like all of his things are very clearly high quality materials, but all very understated and natural in tones.
Mhm. And so the four of you all make your way into New Elysium proper, out of the docking bay. And there, on an arch above the docking bay exit, as you walk into the main hallway that will take you to the facility itself, etched in stone and illuminated, you see the words, "Welcome, one and all, to New Elysium, a plane unto itself, untouched by sorrow." And so the four of you walk into what's dubbed as a waiting area, where you're all directed. Um, and this is where, like I said, they're having the four of you kind of come in. So since you're all traveling alone, you're being introduced. You're given a chance to meet, so that you won't be complete strangers with everyone here on New Elysium. And
Oh,
so we
it's
see four very disparate-looking individuals all standing there.
So, question.
Yes.
did I get separated from Puru, or is Puru here as well?
You got separated from Puru. He was ushered off elsewhere because the Buzzblades, who were also separated from Winnie, and Puru, were taken to a different kind of receiving area, as reception area, as it were. So he is currently off elsewhere. So there's just the four of you in this room.
Cool.
Do you guys say anything to each other? Talk anything?
So, any of you guys been here before?
Absolutely not, man. There is no way that I'd be able to afford anything like this ever. It's nice and has like actual doors.
Doors. That's your
Doors.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I were paying for myself, I'd probably be able to afford like a cardboard box with maybe a flap.
No, like I'm kind of with him. Winnie's still wearing like her flight attire. Like I don't even have clothes nice enough to be here. Like I can't afford this.
You look like you probably could like pay to be here. So like congratulations on that. That's awesome.
So, what is it that you do for a living?
Oh, me I run a gym. And
Really?
yeah, yeah, it's it's a nice little space. And we're trying very hard not to lose it to the bank. But it's good. I get to like work out and hang out with cool people like all the time, and it's good. And you look like you like actually have money, and like you seem like you own a suit. So
I was actually gonna say, Kubo and Luke, can you two roll me culture checks real quick?
Sure.
yeah, give me 1 second.
I don't have a lot of culture. But I rolled a net 20. Boom.
That'll do it.
First rolls of the night, hell yeah. That's gonna be enough. Both of you actually, as you start talking and really kind of look at Arthur for the first time, you both remember seeing recent news articles and reels showing him, and both of you actually recognize who he is. Make of that as you will.
Question: do I recognize, based on my recollection of his section, do I recognize him as the person who owns the team that my client is trying to join?
How much research into the Buzzblades would you have done before this?
I tend to think that that is the only way that I would have done enough research into a business celebrity to recognize one.
Then yeah, you can definitely recognize him as he is one of the owners for the Buzzblades.
Oh, you definitely own a suit. So I
Just a
am
30% share. It's fine.
I I'm I'm Puru's athletic trainer. He's really good. You should sign him because
I'm
he's
very
gonna
excited
do
to
good
have a
things.
meeting with that young man.
I was actually gonna say, Clue, if you want to roll a just straight intelligence check to see if you recognize who that is, who Puru even is. Sorry, I keep on saying Kuru, and I know I shouldn't, but here we are.
Okay, so his name is either Puru, which has poo in it, or his name is Kuru, the disease you get from eating other people. So, love it.
Well,
Well, he's a monkey, so I'll let you take your pick.
I got a 5 with an eye. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, no, you're not too positive on this. You just think, okay, there's probably someone I should know. I will make a note to figure it out later.
Should have told the personal assistant to come along with. Son of a bitch.
Oh well, that's fantastic. I'm really glad to hear that he made such an impression. I'm really I think you'll
Well,
have a really good time talking to him because he's good and you should find.
it's been a long day, and I've had a lot on my plate lately. Uh, However, I would like you to reach out to my office personally, and we can discuss your future.
Okay,
If
that
you can bring prospects to my team, well, I think your future's rather bright.
well I have to be honest. I think that Puru's the only one of my clients who could actually be a professional athlete of any kind. We're not really that kind of. But you know what?
We're
I
going to
think that's
work on your
really awesome.
sales
So thank you.
pitch. It's going to be okay. You build bodies, I build minds, friend.
It's about this time as you all catch sight of four people striding down the corridor's slight slope towards you. One is a striking Verthani man with black eyes and slickly styled dark hair, with an expensive looking charcoal suit accented with violet, matching the illumination of his cybernetic right arm. Uh, the other is a halfling of athletic proportions with conventionally handsome tan skin, curly hair, and trimmed sideburns. Give me 1 second, I'll show you
His
what
tan
these
skin's still
look like.
conventionally handsome.
This is the Verthani man.
He looks like Frankenstein.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say, this dude is not the conventionally
I
handsome
would
one.
not call this man conventionally handsome.
I
And
mean, his hair looks nice.
no, this is the one who is conventionally
No.
handsome.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Okay.
He's terrible. I
He
want to
looks.
punch him in the
What?
face.
Why does he have a bow tie?
He's
Like,
got the,
I
I
feel
hate
like
everything about
Why does he have the dyed
conventionally
blood soul
handsome was the
patch?
descriptor?
Yeah.
That was in the text, huh?
Conventionally handsome tan skin without a comma between handsome and tan. So
What
no.
I
Mm-mm.
what
Oh, okay.
festival fuckboy is conventionally handsome to you that looks
No.
like this?
I feel like he's about to walk over and wiggle his eyebrows at us, like
I
suggestively.
say
God.
It's
I
it
feel
is
creepy.
a
like
He's
it
gonna
is a
play
halfling,
hacky
so he's
sack at
also
us. That's
like
what he's gonna
understand
do.
what
knee
He's
height
gonna
on
conventionally
come
Winnie.
out
handsome means.
fucking doing a jig of hacky sacks.
Like I said, he is about knee height on Winnie because he is a halfling. So,
Oh fuck me.
but the other two are just both Verthani women dressed in black
Oh,
microcord
you're
armor
right.
and clearly seem to be some kind of security personnel or bodyguards for the dark suited Verthani man. They kind of both stand there and give you the Verthani, the taller man, he kind of gives you just a very tight-lipped smile, while the halfling with the golden blonde hair just grins wide. And he's like, "Hello, hello, hello! I am Philip Kausner, the head manager of New Elysium. This gentleman here with me is Kaon Reese. He is the CEO of Eclipse Industries. He is just wanted to take a moment to greet our guests coming in for this very special occasion.
Kubo definitely like claps like 2 or 3 times and then realizes no one else is doing it and like very
Winnie's struggling with the urge not to like cover her ears
Ubo's
because he's
adorable.
too
I want to put
excited.
him right in my pocket.
And
Right.
yeah, Kaon just kind of like he again gives that kind of very
You wanna
tight
look
lip,
down?
polite, professional smile. He's like, "I hope you have a pleasant stay here at New Elysium. It should be a most enlightening time for you." And then he kind of just turns, and his two bodyguards follow him as they kind of just head off, leaving you guys to the tender mercies of Philip.
No. Oh god.
No tender mercies.
And yeah, so the halfling Philip continues like, "I am Philip Kalsner, as I said, and I'm just so excited for you to be
Pause.
joining us."
Pause. Can we, Philip, friend? Like you're at like a 12. I need you to bring it down to like a 7. Okay.
I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you guys here.
No one's
Uh,
that happy to be at work.
have you worked at a place like this before? I don't think so.
Okay.
But as you know, you and everyone else who's here is helping us do a soft launch for a new service that we are hoping will make your stay even more enjoyable and easy. And as part of this soft launch, include as you know, with part of the all-inclusive access to the resort you're going to have, you will be receiving a credit balance of 5,000 credits you can use to cover all your expenses for food and shopping while you're here during your stay. That's 5,000 for each of you, by the way.
Oh,
Am I putting that on my sheet?
Uh, yeah, and now if you all just pull your comm units out for me, let me introduce you to the keys to Elysium. And yeah, you all get a notification on your comm unit. And I actually want to take this moment to, I want to go around, what do your comm units look like for each of your characters?
Arthur's is a very, very stylish sports watch.
Kubo definitely has like a has like one of those like athletic band like smartwatch things, except it's like 10 years out of date and badly scuffed up.
Like mine that fell apart when I went to go running. Just kind of just.
Yeah, Luke's his comm unit is surprisingly nice. Like it looks kind of like a really like the height of BlackBerry technology. But it still looks based off his clothing and stuff. You're surprised that his comm unit is actually so nice because his clothing is like nothing fancy.
Winnie gets a ding on her headset and she pushes a button on the side and like a screen like a hologram screen like pops out in front of her eye and then it's all eye activated like Stephen Hawking shit. She just quickly
She's got Google Glass.
yeah.
This has got pop-ups
wait.
everywhere.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wasn't Doge playing the Finance Bro?
That's why I have a BlackBerry.
Exactly. Yeah, so each of you get a notification, and it is a request for you to download an app called Keys to Elysium.
Oh my god, there's an app for everything. Why can't things just have a web presence that is not an app?
I don't know that mine can do apps.
Trust me, just hit accept and it'll work, I promise. We have stress tested this across many decades of technology and uses.
When it invariably doesn't work, Arthur reaches into his little messenger bag, pulls out one of many comm units he's been given, and hands him one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Can I run like a quick like computers or engineering check before I try to install it? Just to like partition it from the rest of my phone.
Yeah, go ahead and run that computer check.
Assuming it's probably gonna be a pretty hard check. Thieves' tools probably don't help me.
No.
I didn't think so. I rolled a 19 though, so that's a 32.
Okay, so
There you go.
so what exactly are you trying to do?
Better to be lucky than good.
I don't want it to have access to the rest of my comm unit. I want it just to be like its own separate like hard drive partition, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. You're able to do that. And Philip continues, this will be your personal concierge as you're staying here in New Elysium, putting everything that we have to offer at your touch and voice commands. Now, anything that you want to do, anything you want to order, anything you can think up, you can simply ask Keys to handle it for you. And of course, if you prefer, you can also just personalize it while you're here by giving it a name. Keys is the default it will answer to, but we are positive that you'll just love it. You'll be trialing this app for us, and
anything we asked for
that we have available for you here, yes, I can.
Something like if I just ask for like blue Winnis poison, you have that on site?
he just kind of smiles like, find out. Ask. Say, Keys, can I get some blue winter's poison?
Maybe later. The night's young.
Well, that's disturbing.
Keys, may I have a sarsaparilla?
You say that, and your comm unit responds with a just very kind of neutral, generic voice saying, yes, Mr. Albuquerque, we will have one delivered to you in 2 minutes.
Keys, do I have to pay for the things that you get me?
It dings and says, Mr. Kubo, it will be charged out of the expense account that you are being given for trialing the app this week.
Oh, cool. Could I get a water? Whatever the cheapest water you have.
It will be delivered in
Like a
2
tap
minutes
water,
and
please?
does not cost anything. Water is free.
They're not going to make their money back if water's
That's not
free.
true at all. That's not true at all. This can't be. We know this is fantasy. Because you know Big Berkey's got that water.
And does Winnie want to try to order Keys to do anything?
No, she's really unenthused about all of this.
She just got some app that Buttfoot installed that she hated. It just randomly played noises at her. It's like, this is
It
really
is
cool.
It is just frog in the blender over and over and over again.
Do any of you want to give your Keys app a personalized name?
No.
No.
Nope.
All right.
I can't do any better than Keys.
I really can't think of anything better than Keys.
That's
It
a
is-
good name. It's a good
it-
name.
It's a solid. It's a
it's-
really solid name for an app that is also like a concierge to a hotel.
It is a good one. All right. So, yeah, and then Philip kind of he's like, now one last thing. Keys, allow our guests to choose their rooms. And each of you are given an option. You can choose what room you stay in. There's suites. You can do a single room. You can do an apartment style that has multiple rooms off of a single sitting area. What kind of room do you guys want to stay in?
Is there a difference in price?
No, it's all. This is part of the all-inclusive.
I'm gonna quietly type in some things, and it'll be a very, very nice loft, like a New York loft apartment, but very Eastern themed. He's got a lot of low seating areas and water features and greenery.
Winnie's looking for something with roof access.
Tall ceilings.
Roof access, tall ceilings.
Tall ceilings, yes. Roof access,
Cathedral.
unfortunately, that is
Cathedral.
restricted
Cathedral.
to
Scroll.
personnel only.
All I
With
want
mats.
is as high as I can get. So, whatever that is.
Okay.
Luke would just want the most simplest, basic, like studio style, like 8x8 prison cell of a room.
Yikes. You're a fucking serial killer, aren't you? You're a fucking serial killer. Holy shit.
No, he's just a simple guy.
I
He
feel like
just
that was
doesn't need a lot.
that did
He's a
feel a
fucking
little.
serial killer. I'm calling it.
That did feel American Psycho right there. I'm actually
Just-
concerned
That is
now.
a fucking.
He's just a
That
simple
is-
guy. He wants
that
a
is
little taste
not
of
even
home.
American
Yeah, he's-
Psycho.
yeah,
Patrick Bateman would have fucking done it up.
He hangs out in Neo Tokyo. He's like he's used to capsule hotels.
Yeah, basically, that's exactly it.
Uh,
All right.
I think I think Kubo's like scrolling through all of them and being like, "Oh God, that's too fancy. Oh God, that's too fancy. Way too fancy." And finally, he just like ends up on some random, like some random like twin bed room. It's like middle floor, nothing special. It's still way too fancy for his comfort, but it's like a little bit more standard hotel-y than like full resort.
Yep. All right. So, with that, Philip just kind of steps aside and gestures like, and with that, you may enter and explore New Elysium to your heart's content. And I just want to take a moment, and if you all will please just kind of zoom out and just, this is the main level for New Elysium. Just to give an idea of scale here. The grid on here is a 10-foot grid. Uh, so it just to give you guys an idea of the scale of this place that you're about to have the run of.
Monstrous.
Because there's not going to be a lot of guests here with you all while they're kind of soft launching and trialing out this Keys to Elysium app. And then here in a moment, I'm going to show you guys the other level of New Elysium, kind of give you an idea of what it is we're looking at here. Let me know when you're ready to look at the other one.
Sure.
Go
Fire
for it.
away.
Mhm.
All right. You all should have visibility on here. Yes.
There is no token in the scene which gives you visibility.
I can't see shit.
Okay, hold on a second.
We
I'm just
are a
gonna kind of,
professional operation.
pop you guys down here in the middle. And Winnie. There we are.
Finally, a scale that fits Winnie.
Yes,
I
exactly.
like this place.
Mm-hmm.
As curmudgeonly as
Winnie
she
is
is,
home.
she's pretty excited about being in a place that's actually made for her.
But yeah, so this
means
is the
fully
lower
extend for the
floor
31st
of
time.
New Elysium. Now, I will say there are 3 levels. This is the lower. The map that we're going to go back to here in just a moment is the main floor, and then the rooms are up on the 3rd level. So the way this whole place is set up is to simulate a series of buildings with walkways and courtyards open to the sky. The ceilings and walls of open areas are clear composite, beyond which is vacuum. However, the structures project holographic images of sunny daytime scenes or the actual diaspora sky, in which the river between can often be seen. And that's kind of like this weird mystical energy, like floating blue-green thing coming through the diaspora. It's very pretty. I don't think it's ever been really explained what it is, but it looks super dope. You can also kind of manipulate nearby viewing areas so the actual exterior can be seen at any time, effectively creating a personal window into space if you guys want using the Keys to Elysium app. The ceilings inside buildings are 20 feet high. The ceiling in outside areas is 40 feet high, and that does apply for both levels. I don't question how that works. Your guest sections are, your rooms are hidden behind automatic sliding doors that actually all guest sections have automatic sliding doors that open when approached and close behind you. Doors to private room or staff facilities are going to be locked. And your Keys to Elysium app will also allow you to open your own doors and rooms into your rooms. So that's the only way people can get in and out of your room is through the app that you have linked up with it. Staff members, no, you don't need to worry about that. The resort does have a simulated day and night phase. So each day and night cycle is about 9 hours, and there's 3 hours of twilight between each cycles for a 24-hour period total. So it does follow Absalom Standard Time. There is a simulated sun in lightly clouded sky shines through sophisticated optics that are built into the ceiling during the day phase, and hidden panels produce a pleasant and warming sunlight, providing bright light in outside areas. There is no potential harmful radiation, so you don't have to worry about any of that if you are concerned about it. The night phase, the panels on and within buildings provide dim light in most areas and some projecting holographic images of burning braziers. You can adjust indoor lighting to normal light whenever you desire. You can basically have the light look how you want it to look when the areas you're in. because now there will be fewer staff members about, as you guys will notice, you kind of start to wander and look around because there's only not very many guests total in New Elysium for this trial period. I think there's only around 50 or so total.
Oh, wow, that is a very soft opening.
Mhm.
There are going to be some living staff members, and there will also be some robot drone staff members who can help deliver things. That's actually what a drone is, what delivered your sarsaparilla and waters when you ordered them.
Got me with the rotor.
The staff now the resort does offer staff assisted services from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. And there are some feature some features will remain open at other hours, but they will be just automated. You can have refreshments delivered from most eateries to anywhere else in the resort, so with free delivery because this is a special event. There is gambling halls you can go to. You will, however, have to exchange your own money for electronic markers to be redeemed when you check out. Do you guys have any questions so far?
No, this is all overwhelming and much.
So
I would like to see my room and my suits.
while we're looking around, can Winnie use her? I can't remember what the stupid feature is called. Anyway, seek the breach. What I'm actually trying to do is just seeing if she can sense any other portals. Does she feel that energy fluctuation that brought her here? Or does it kind of feel like omnipresent right now or not at all?
Roll me a mysticism check.
Winnie. Mysticism.
The amount of space that fucking Arthur Benjamin Christopher Albuquerque III takes up on screen. It's gonna give me an aneurysm.
That's 28. Winnie, you it's kind of odd. It's almost like it fluctuates a little bit. You get this kind of sense of something kind of filling the air of the entire area, but you can't really pinpoint it. But it doesn't always feel the same consistent strength, if that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you are able to make your way to your room, Clue, and indeed order up a massage. Uh, like I said, it's all just kind of billed to the room and the credit balance that you were given for just being here.
Upgrade to the hot rocks. Upgrade.
Uh huh.
Hot rock massage, the best.
Mhm.
Yeah. If
Give me a
anybody
deep
wants
tissue
to,
hot rock massage any day.
if you do want to look into the Keys app anymore, you guys are able to do so. Just with a computer's check.
Sure, I would love to. Look at this random app you made me install on my phone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm gonna say
No, I
This
didn't roll
seems
as
too
well.
normal to
Dirty
Arthur.
20.
Like he's had to do this a million times.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my own comms unit and I want to find a good angle on a selfie to like get some of this in the background so that you can see what a freaking badass place this is. And I'm gonna send it to the group chat that I have with Grunt, Peggy, and Lemire. Uh, and then it's just gonna be that, like me, like making a duck face with this, and I'm gonna just send like missing you all, and then like a thumbs down.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention there. The Keys app does have a map of the public areas, by the way, for you guys, if you are curious. Uh, you are able to do that, Winnie and Luke. With that, you very quickly are able to find the settings and an about dialog box in there that kind of includes a user agreement and a privacy policy, and also kind of reveals that Eclipse Innovations is the creators of this app, and that's probably one thing they're partnering with Paradise Resorts and New Elysium to do. You are able to with settings. You're able to, manage alerts, your personal tracking, vocal feedback. You can identify people as blocked or as friends. Set proximity alerts to the signal a user when a blocked person or a friend is nearby. You can also clear your data, send user statistics and feedback, and set the app's contextual guidance from full tutorial mode to no guidance at all. You are also able to disable, hey, they are going to be broadcasting personalized advertisements to you guys as you're wandering through based off of your personal data that you have accessed and downloaded into your copy of the Keys app.
Luke's very curious, so he's going to keep that feature on.
The app is also set to automatically update. But you're not able to turn that off or adjust that in any way, shape, or form. So it'll just, it'll stay up to date for you while you're here. Now your vacation is set to last for a week. So yeah, you guys have 7 days and 6 nights here at New Elysium. I have unpaused the game so you can move your tokens around a little bit. Are there any areas on here you guys kind of want me to talk a little bit about? Say what it is, what's going on there before we kind of start getting into things. I want you guys ask me questions and stuff.
Can you label them? Can you
I
put little
I
texty labels?
I was going to, and then I forgot to get it done today. I will have that done before our next game, though. I promise.
Okay,
I
good.
wanna
'Cause I
that
find
would
won't
be very,
remember.
very.
I want to
very
find a
helpful.
map of more pixels.
I can send you the map from my book, and if you can get it looking better with more pixels, I will then be my guest. I did the best I could for this. Hold on, what? My 3599 by 4911 map here.
Oof.
So,
I mean, that's a 4K picture, so
what Kay is saying is, fuck yourself, Doge.
okay. I guess I'll just squint my eyes to make it look like one high quality image.
I said the other one is 3150 by
I find if you close one and
4475.
then squint, everything's good.
I blame
Pick whichever
Paizo.
eye
This
you aren't
this
dominant in.
this book was before they started actually
Right.
doing HD maps of all their books for everyone who got the bought digital copies.
um,
No, you're
Winnie,
good, man.
Winnie's
I
gonna be
am
like
very curious about this
Keys.
garden.
Oh,
Mhm.
Keys is gonna ask. Winnie is gonna ask Keys if there's a rotating sushi bar here.
Yes, there is a rotating sushi bar.
Winnie's
So you
gonna
can
go there
watch as you
first.
can get salmonella pass you by
Yep.
over and over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Luke would probably just go towards the first bar he sees.
I think Kubo is I think Kubo is looking for the gym and like he's telling himself that he's doing it for like research purposes, but really he just is excited to see nice workout gear instead of the crappy old stuff that he has at his gym.
It doesn't specify where the sushi bar would be, but I imagine there's one in one of the restaurants. There is a gym on the lower level. It does have the latest in fitness equipment, so it is going to be a very much significantly nicer than what Kubo is used to, including has areas that can be used for dance studios or dojos, and they are fitted with holographic training gear. You are able to access different fitness classes that take place through your Keys to Elysium app. The big green area there is known as the Green Fields. It is the resort's park, and it just look exactly what it is. It mimics an outdoor area with a temperate water of a temperate planet. There are broad lawns punctuated with trees and shrubs. There's a pool that resembles a natural pond as well as a stream, and an artificial waterfall that that starts to stream off and into the pond. There is a cave behind the waterfall called the Grotto at the park's southern end, flowing out of the pond and under the path near the dock hallway.
Ooh.
Sounds like a fun place to have some meetups.
The
That was the
water
creepiest way I could
passes
laugh.
into the boundless sunroom, which is
No.
on the lower level, and then circulates back through water filtration tanks back into the waterfall. There are 2 stairwells that allow access to the top of the waterfall and to get back access to a walking path and a diving board above it. The grotto itself does have a bar and 2 climbing walls at its opening, one to the north and the smaller one near the maintenance cave that you don't need to worry about. Luke, you were going for the nearest bar. Do you want big bar or small bar?
I think he'd go towards a big bar.
All right, that's going to be this right over here. I'll just kind of find your character and drag you over. Is this one you? Yeah, this one's you.
This
Yeah, and then-
giant bar that is empty as fuck because nobody's here.
That's
So
fine.
weird.
This one over here is called the Azure Sky. Fulfills a view. You have a view of the stars 24 hours a day, and drink service will be open until 2 a.m. There is lots of seating encircled by a viewing area with walls that are all transparent and set to display the stars and nearby asteroids of the diaspora.
I'm sure it's quite pretty in here.
I'm just gonna kind of move you guys into like the. Unfortunately, I can't have both maps up at once. Unfortunately, so Scott, we're just gonna pretend your character's not there, but I'm taking you off so you can still see things.
That's fine.
Winnie, is there anywhere else particular you wanted to kind of go explore a little bit?
I want to go to the sushi bar.
She's gonna shut that thing down.
Yeah. She already said, did you not listen the first time?
Yeah, I was very clear.
You guys should
Where's
probably go
number
get
12?
sushi tomorrow night.
We should. There's an all-you-can-eat sushi place.
Nice.
That there is. It's called Absalom Bistro. It's a more casual restaurant, but it does have an eclectic mid-tier dining experience, including sushi and other
Perfect.
various packed world mainstays and interstellar food and drinks.
Does it have one of those situations where, like, if you eat 15 plates, they give you like a keychain or something?
Normal circumstances, yes, but because it is a limited crowd open at the moment, that is not the case.
I'm disappointed. I'm gonna complain to Keys about it. Maybe they'll bring me a keychain anyway.
Sure. You have a keychain delivered to your room later on.
Hell yeah.
So
Says I wanted a food contest, but all I got was this keychain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have definitely kind of failed a little bit as a game master, not fully properly prepared all my NPCs for this map yet, but we have a few going around here and things like
How
that.
dare you?
Didn't
I-
label, slow
I know.
res, no NPCs.
Yeah.
Jeez. Really just phoning it
You guys
in
are
here,
with me.
Jack.
Yep. So, like I said,
You know what? Eat your string cheese.
you guys are set for 6 days, like I said, 7 days and 6 nights here. So how you want to spend like your first afternoon? Are you just gonna kind of close down the sushi bar and Azure Sky and the gym, or
Yeah, I think that's what Luke's gonna do. He's just gonna kind of post up at the bar and just. Is this bar a living bartender or is it a robot?
it is a living bartender.
Gross.
Robot.
Not that I'm like anti-robot. It's just
Now you gotta talk to somebody? Ugh.
that's the whole point of
That's
a
not why you're
bartender.
here.
Though. I want to talk to a bartender.
Ugh. God. As a former bartender, no.
I'm gonna jump down here real quick.
Please don't. We don't want to talk to you.
You don't want to talk to the finance bro at the bar?
Isn't that the only place to talk to finance bros?
Especially that dude.
Hold on, let me give you a
It
card.
definitely is.
We can really look at your finances together later.
They're better than you think.
Mine are not. So
All right.
Are you talking about Winnie or yourself?
yeah, basically.
Volcano Let's Go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think Luke can help Leah. He might be able to help Winnie.
But yeah, I will say there is going to be an opening party later this evening, but you guys do have time to kill until then. Kubo, you've probably been in the gym for about an hour or so when Puru comes running on in, and he is accompanied by a female Lashunta that, with your limited research into the Buzzblades, you would very quickly recognize as a member of said Buzzblades. Let me show you guys what she looks like. This is Verle Nifula. Nifula? Nifulu? I don't know.
Let's see.
Nipule?
I don't know.
Nipule.
But yeah, so she
She's kind of
and
hot.
Puru kind of come in, and Puru is like bouncing and
Nice.
excited, like, Mr. Kubo, hey, look, this is Verle. I've already kind of met the team a little bit. Hey, did you know they almost got shot down by pirates coming in here? It's crazy.
That is deeply concerning and does not bode well for the future. But I'm sure that they'll figure that stuff out. How's how's the rest of that been going for you?
Oh, pretty good. They helped me get set up with that keys app, and get me in a room and everything like that. But Miss Nifla, or sorry, Verle here. She's said she wanted to meet you, and
Oh,
yeah, she kind of extends the hands like, yes, greetings. You are Kubo, correct? The trainer for this young man.
yes, I run the gym that he trains at.
Have you ever played Brutaris yourself?
No, no, I have not.
Well, I mean, perhaps you'd like to. Maybe we can do a scrimmage match sometime. You'd be interested in learning and joining us a little bit. You certainly look like you might be able to give a couple of us a run for our money. I'm sure Yazolea would love to go around with you.
You know what? Sure, let's do it.
Excellent. Why don't we plan for doing one tomorrow afternoon, perhaps?
I can yeah, I assume I can make that work. I don't think that I have anything else. Oh, Puru.
Yeah.
I talked with a guy who I think is part of team ownership, and if I'm being honest, I probably did not help your case very much, but I tried.
Peru just like blinks like, I mean, I appreciate the help. I mean, yeah. We'll kind of see how it goes. I think I'm supposed to meet with him in a couple days here, if I remember correctly. It's a lot, but yeah. So, tell me, Cuba, what are you working on right now? What are you kind of getting up to at the moment?
Well, for the first like 20 minutes, I was really just like wandering around and looking at all of the fancy equipment that I will never be able to afford to have at my gym. But after that, I started working on like some core and like functional movement stuff, and I've been doing that a lot of like body weight and kettlebell stuff for this part of the day. I'll probably try out some of those hollow trainers a little bit just to see what they're teaching and if it actually like lines up with like real athletic best practices.
Well, perhaps you'd like to, take me through a workout for a little bit. I'd like to see kind of some of your process, and kind of. I feel meeting with a trainer can really help tell you a lot about new recruits like Puru here. Puru, why don't you go and find Beryl and see if he can use some help. And you recognize Door as another member of the Buzz Blades. And Puru kind of nods and heads off, and Verle just like stretches a little. Like, well, shall we go through a session?
Yeah, sure. What are you wanting to work on today?
Whatever you think is best. I'll just do what you say and
Well,
try to keep up.
well, I think that
A little
it's
Kumo action is what you want to work on.
well, I think that it's a little bit. I think that I would really need to know more about your current regimen to figure out what you are in most need of right now. But if you want to just do a general workout, then I can certainly walk you through that. Anything more specialized, I would need to know like what you're on a rest day for, what your recent nutrition's been like, and it's going to be a pretty significant conversation before we can start up anything more than just a simple all areas full body workout.
She kind of laughs a little bit. It's like, I mean, yes, I aware how this because I was just wanted to see what kind of lessons you impart. A general workout is fine with me. I'm just curious to see your approach to such things.
Well, all right. I think that functional movement and injury resistance are the most important thing to train in a performance athlete. So we're going to start out with some fairly intensive stretching and then some range of movement exercises. It's going to be low weight, high reps, but we're really going to focus on your range of motion and on your control of the weight. And he just starts going into like full bore, like he is actually have like light in his eyes and is like actually like doing a thing instead of thinking
hmm
17 anxiety things at a time for the first time since this campaign started.
I want you to go ahead and roll me a quick sense motive check.
All right. 21.
This definitely feels like a little bit of an audition, and you get the feeling that like if you do a good job with her, you might end up just with the whole team kind of coming for a daily workout with you, which is honestly its own kind of exciting thing.
Okay.
And then I want you to tell me something here.
Go for it.
Would you like me to roll an acrobatics, an athletics, a straight strength, a straight dexterity, a con, or a fort save to see how she does with this workout?
I think for what he's talking about doing, I think that athletics would be best. Can I make a life science or medicine check to to like tailor the workout enough to give her a bonus on that check?
Sure.
All right. Which would you prefer, life science or medicine? They're the same.
Uh, let's do medicine.
Okay. 28.
Yeah, that's gonna
Nice.
do it. Now, it's probably somewhere in the Pact Worlds book or something, but I imagine Butaris is actually a bit of a like rugby style game, is what I imagine just from the name of it and what little
Okay.
I remember.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
So, let's see here. That is going to be she gets a 3 on the die for a total of 25 plus I guess I get plus 2 from your medicine check, so that's a 27 athletics check for how she does on the workout.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
hmm And at the end of it,
Put you on the payroll. Fuck.
you both kind of work up a little bit of sweat, but she seems
Making note.
fairly appreciative of it. And she nods like, if you're amenable. I know it's supposed to be a vacation, but perhaps tomorrow morning before, after lunch, after breakfast, myself, and maybe another one of the team members or two will come for another workout if you feel like, doing a
Oh,
little bit of work while you're here.
oh yeah, sure. I'd be more than happy to help out if you think that would be useful. Yeah. What time are you guys looking to get going? I would normally start my workouts at like 6, 5 if you're up for it.
Let's say it's 8 a.m. tomorrow. I have a feeling that a couple of my teammates might want to stay out late tonight and celebrate our big win.
Okay, well, congratulations, and yeah, I can meet you guys down here at 8.
Excellent. We'll see you then. And we're going to boop floors again. Um, let's see here. Arthur, clue. As you're kind of spending some time looking around the green yard, you notice coming out from like a little maintenance shed over here, there is another individual who is wearing a staff outfit. Let me guys show you what she looks like. There you are.
Oh, well, not who I thought I'd see.
Mhm. And you see she kind of is walking around checking on the plants and the various trees and shrubs, stopping. And you roll me a quick perception check if you don't mind.
Happy to. 14 on the die for a 30.
Yeah, so you notice that she stops by several bushes and plants, and she crouches down. You see her kind of running her hands along it, and kind of looks like she's talking to him a little bit. And once she steps away, it seems they look a little greener. They look a little fresher. Some flowers maybe start blooming a little bit, and you kind of get the sense that she's using a little bit of magic here, talking to the plants. And as she's kind of making her way across, she stops when she kind of realizes you're there. It's like, oh, hello there. I didn't see you.
Uh,
Hi. Are you
yes,
one of our
I'm
guests?
sorry to startle you. I must admit that I was just watching you work. It's a mighty fine talent that you have.
Oh, thank you. It's not really anything. It's just I have a bit of a connection with plants and wildlife. My name is Vorlin Reyes. I should be typing these out. My bad. I am a staff member here. It's my responsibility to keep up and handle with the plant life and make sure it stays looking nice and clean for our guests. I'll just do a quick pass.
Yeah, this is a very lovely park you have, and I can see that you are very passionate about your works. And I will not keep you, Miss Borland, Miss Reyes, but
Oh, she kind of just shakes her, waves her hand, dismissed. Like, oh no, it's no problem at all. I'm just
I would
doing a
love a
quick run
tour
through.
sometime. If you
Oh,
could
of course.
identify all these plants, I've been around. I studied abroad in Castroville.
Oh, she kind of grins, like, I've definitely spent some time there myself. The forests there are quite astounding. I wish I could bring some of the native flora there here, but well, they're very strict as to what plant life they like growing.
Yes, yes. Well, I have a way with making things happen if you ever do need my services.
She kind of tilts her head to the side, like, ah, that's intriguing. My who
I do negotiations,
oh,
and I produce a card.
she takes it and reads it and like blinks and like reads it again and like, oh, Mr. Albuquerque, I am so sorry. I should have recognized you. You're.
It's quite all right.
I didn't realize that you were going to be here already. I thought you were coming in a little bit closer to the opening party time.
Yes, I happen to clear my schedule rather abruptly.
Of course, I forgive me, but I'm sorry for your loss. We
Thank you.
Your father did a lot of great work, and it's
Yes,
his loss is very unfortunate. But well, I've heard about your ABC consulting firm. That you've done a lot of research out in
it's a new
Castroville with the forest
venture that
yourself.
we are rather fortunate to have amassed quite a clientele. Excuse me. Already.
That's very exciting.
But I'd be happy to put some of my own connections to work for you. Of course. Well, just because I like parks.
I mean, this is she kind of just rounded. This is definitely it took a lot, but this is I do my best with this park. I'm glad you enjoy it very much.
Yes.
But yeah, I'd love to take you on a tour here if you'd like to accompany me. And yeah, she'll gesture, and you're able to follow her around, and she'll kind of give you a tour, talk a little about some of the various shrubs and flowering plants that she has here in the green fields. I don't know why I called it round green fields. And yeah, she'll have a nice, good conversation with you about it as you two walk around a little bit. She talks out about some of the efforts that have gone into making sure the water is constantly recycling itself and all that fun stuff as well.
It's fascinating. Clue and Benjamin, Arthur Benjamin, wrapped.
But
I
yeah,
didn't give a shit.
she is a Xenodruid mystic.
Uh, I'm gonna at the end of it. I would like to ask her for a drink. If she'll accompany me for a drink at a later date.
She kind of smiles and just nods like, sure. I'll be at the welcoming party later on if you like to. We can grab a drink then and perhaps continue our conversation.
That would be fantastic. I look forward to it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
won't
looking
keep you
forward
any
to it as
further.
well. Oh, thank you. I didn't want to mean to disturb your silence. What's
This is absolutely fascinating and beautiful.
she kind of grins widely. I greatly appreciate that. Like I said, I try my best. I've worked hard on this.
It's very clear. I mean, he is very like he's just taking it all in. He's touching the grass. He's smelling the flowers.
Hmm.
He's just
And you can
recentering himself.
you can very much tell that she appreciates the like how into it you are as well. She's excited to find a guest who like cares much more than the it's a pretty park. Uh, Leah, you are at one of the restaurants indulging in sushi. You're probably there for about 10 minutes, and as you're at the Absalom Bistro for about 10 minutes, just sitting down on like your what third plate of sushi
At
10,
least.
10
at
minutes,
least.
third plate of sushi. Jesus.
When you
It's been
see
10 minutes.
a
There's at least 15 plates gone.
Yeah.
There's
when
only a
you see
handful of rolls
a
in those things.
Kasathan kind of come walking in. And go ahead and roll me a culture check if you don't mind.
Sure. I could do that. It's not the thing I'm worst at.
I'm so jealous of these dudes because they have the extra
23.
arms. I would love to have extra arms.
Uh-huh.
It's so hard to find shirts as is right now, but man, I would love to have extra arms.
Yeah, that's going enough. You recognize that this is actually another one of the Absalom Buzzblades that you kind of saved earlier.
Hmm.
Give me a minute. It's going to take a second to type out his name. As he kind of looks in, he looks straight at you. He's like, "Ah, yes, you are the pilot of that ship, the Valkyrie, correct?
Sort of. Presently, yes.
I am Kofesu Tasa Nireda Seru of Clan Rishnu." He kind of bows before you.
Is it okay if I call you Kofi?
Kofesu, please.
Kofesu.
Kofi.
Sure, you got it.
I wanted to thank you on behalf of myself and my companions for your timely rescue of us earlier. Those pirates, well, they caught us unprepared, and our shuttle was not the most well armored and defended, but we did the best we were able.
Oh, of course. Yeah, not a problem. She's just staring at him, like waiting to see what he wants.
I just again want to say thank you for aiding us. And he kind of looks at the plate stack. There's like, hi. Also, Kate. I mean, I've asked Keys here to, if they can help me find you, and I definitely appreciate the effort. And would you mind some company for your meal?
How much sushi can you eat?
He kind of grins a little bit. He's like, shall we find out?
She gestures to the 15 plates that she's already eaten, and she says, "This was an appetizer."
You see him kind of grin a little bit, like, I welcome a challenge. But yeah, he'll sit down across the table from
Look
you
at me.
and
Look at me.
start
We're going to
grabbing.
get mercury poisoning.
And he'll start grabbing some plates himself.
I'm gonna be like, "Look,
Right here.
you can't. Oh, me too. You can't judge me, right? You see what I'm about."
Oh, I'm gonna offer no judgment at all. I am always. You can ask any of my teammates if you get a chance to meet them. I am always intrigued and ready for an eating contest.
All right. I think I like you.
Yeah, and he'll sit down across from you and indulge in the eating contest. He will ask if you follow the sport any.
No,
And
not a sports person.
you see him get a little disheartened at that, but he'll just talk a little bit like, what do you enjoy, like what do you like doing in your free time, what do you after, things like that.
Well, I'm gonna be like, "Are you good at it? Are you good at the sport?"
I mean, we just won the pack system championships.
Yeah, but maybe you're a bench rider. I don't know. Do you play?
I am the rear back. I tend to focus mostly on defense, and I mean, I have had several games where I've just stopped opposing teams from scoring entirely.
Good job. That sounds impressive.
He actually seems a little offended at like you're just almost blatant, like, I don't actually care about this approach to this conversation.
That was
cracks up.
that was exactly one step down from a that must be very exciting for you.
Winnie cracks up and she's like, "I'm sorry. Listen, I haven't actually had a conversation with another person in a while. I've kind of been on my own for a little bit. I'm not really a sports person, but I am impressed. I'm sure you're very good at what you do."
He kind of shrugs, like, that's fair. I get a little defensive, especially around when it comes to my teammates and our,
because he
we've
plays
worked-
defense.
Because you're a defensive player. Yeah, that makes sense.
we've trained hard and we've worked really hard to, we are close to. We just won the third season. We just won our third season in a row, and if we can manage to win again next year, we'll actually set a record for the first team in the pack system to have 4 victories in a row.
That's crazy. I just spent the past year killing Nazis.
He blinks for a moment, and he's like, "Wait, have you heard of the? Are you involved in that Frognomimus movement that's raging through Atlantic space right now? The revolt that's happening there?"
Like, tertiarily. You know?
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I know a guy who knows a frog.
Yeah.
Between you and me, Zidhill, our forward, he is very vocal against the Aslan's Empire. I think he may
Oh, good.
have hailed from there originally, to be honest with you.
I was really scared
He
because
is
where that conversation was going, if you run say he's an Aslanti, we were gonna have a problem. So, oh shit.
well, I mean, he gets a little shady from him. It's like, well, I mean, he is a human from the Empire, but he has, he's defected and he's not one of them anymore. If you
I mean, clearly he hangs out with you like your friends, and don't take that racist. Like I'm a butterfly person. I'm just saying.
Yes, yeah, yes. But yeah, so he'll kind of ask a little bit of questions about what your adventure was, and he'll tell you some highlights from their team as you guys have this eating contest. Now, I think we got to do a fortitude roll off to see who wins. I think that sounds fair.
God damn it! It's my worst save. Wait, can we do a reflex save to eat so fast our bodies don't know what's happening?
No, no, I'm
That's
going to stick with
That's the
fortitude.
goal. You gotta
Not get sick.
I'm just imagining like
so fast
66-foot
that
tall
you
Winnie with
don't
like
even
a sushi
understand.
pot belly.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Fortitude save.
You
Fortitude
can't
save.
pause. Can't
That's
pause.
good.
Can't be any
21.
pauses.
So, yeah, you guys
Gonna
tied.
smoke this guy. Or to smoke this guy. You can do this.
Listen, I'm gonna say we may have tied, but I pre-gamed
You
with
did.
15 plates of sushi, so I
You
win.
did. You do. You get the technical win, but
And
from the time you both
now
sat
you just be
down
like, "Are you ready for dessert?"
together to
And
start
then
it.
you watch him go running off to the bathroom.
But yeah. So after
We'll
this,
start
he's
a
like,
life together with this
he
man.
kind of groans like, oh, that was. I am impressed. You are outstanding. I need to take a minute. I assume I'll see you at the welcoming party later tonight.
Yeah, we should hang out. I don't know anybody here, so
I was looking forward to it. We will. And yeah, then he'll start making his way out of there,
He's in
practically
love. He's in
waddling
love.
a little bit, maybe from how full his
He's
belly is of
absolutely
sushi.
in love with you.
I'm gonna order one more
He
piece of like
is
that
absolutely
Japanese
dying
style
for a
wiggly
replacement, but
cheesecake. I'm gonna have that come over.
yeah.
All right, I dig it. And lastly, Doge, you are at the bar.
Yes.
And after a minute, you see a Yosoki gentleman kind of coming in. And roll me a perception check on this guy, if you don't mind.
Sure. That's a 31.
Oh boy.
God
All right.
damn.
Hell yeah.
This
Damn, look at these
Yosoki,
perception rolls.
it has black fur and he has eyewear on. And as you're looking at it, you realize his eyewear has cameras, but not just like embedded in the front of it. It's almost like there's cameras on the sides, and you notice there's cameras like in the camera like on the back of his outfit as well. And it looks like he just has a whole bunch of cameras on him, and you're kind of looking at him. You're like kind of looking at him, and then roll a culture check for me.
I'm not as good at culture, but let's see what I roll. 21.
Not that.
You recognize him somehow as a fairly famous HoloVid streamer.
Hmm.
And when I say famous, I really mean infamous because he is known for broadcasting tawdry material.
Oh.
He's a piece
And
of
you
shit.
recognize
One of those
Ta-
kind.
Yep, you recognize Ta-
He got money though.
You follow his OnlyFans?
Crower Nagas. Nagas? Nagas.
Nodges?
Nagas?
Noggies.
I don't know.
Not naggies. Not nudgies.
Nuggies.
Yeah, you recognize him, and he kind of just comes in, looks around. He's like, kind of huffs a little bit before he grabs a seat at the bar, and before long, the bartender comes over, drops a drink in front of him, and he just nods and starts taking a sip. And you can tell he looks mildly curious about the place, but also like he has this air of he's trying to be disdainful of it.
I think like Luke captures, like looks at him and just kind of, from a little bit of a distance, he's just like, you could at least try to seem like you're gonna enjoy your time here.
Well, I just part of my contract for being here, I'm not allowed to live stream everything like I would like, but they're letting me at least record what's going on, so I can do a background documentary about the new Elysium and the Keys app, later on.
Sounds like a thrilling time.
It is. I mean, this place it looks nice, but I don't know. I got a nose. I got a nose for when something's a little out of sorts, and right now is telling me this place is there's something going on here. I feel like.
You mean like the Brutaris team and the whale that came in to buy the place?
You see his tail like kind of flick and his ears stand up a little bit. It's like, and he kind of leans towards like, I know about the guitarist team, but a whale? You say what are you talking about there?
Albuquerque, the new one, the one that just took over
Oh,
that company.
I see. I see. Oh, here's artwork I got for this
Oh
guy, by
my
the way.
god, I'm gonna steal all those watches.
Oh my god.
I couldn't find exact artwork, and I found this one. Like, yes, this is him. It's not quite right. I dig it.
I kind of hate him. I kind of hate him more than I hate my own character.
Well, you're the one who decided to make the world's most boring Starfinder character, Doge. Yeah, y'all
Oh,
clock how my
God.
introduction for Doge's character was like a quarter the size of y'all's.
He's
That's the
just
yeah.
background he gave me to work with.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because he's playing a serial killer.
Yeah, he's playing a serial killer. He doesn't.
I wish he was that exciting.
That would be way more exciting than what I
Yeah,
am
but
doing.
every serial killer does not fucking present fucking exciting. It's all
No, he is-
vanilla, baby.
He is
all
straight up
vanilla,
playing Dexter.
He gonna choke
Again.
you. He a killer, baby.
I wish he was that exciting of a character background.
Dexter would have been a good character to model after, actually.
But yeah, so I was like, I didn't know that the new Albuquerque's here. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
How'd you know so fast?
he
Figured they
came
want
in
to
the
keep that
same
down low a
time
little
with
bit more.
he came in the same time with me. I recognized him from the recent news vids.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, they brought me in with some nonsensical travel writer and a software mogul from Avalon. Not the most exciting people to be introduced here with.
Was it Reese or Rice or whatever that man's name is? Or is it someone
Ah,
else?
well, I mean, we all met. I guess everybody met Kaon, good old Kaon Reese. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, who doesn't know Kaon? Eclipse is kind of a big deal right now.
Yeah, especially I guess they're the ones behind the software. This keys to the Elysium app, but I hear Eclipse ain't been doing too good recently. The fact that
No?
he's here is fascinating. I'm just, I'm real curious what brings him out from Kuvakara.
Well, they're probably overspending and overpromising their deal here, and they're hoping some gullible person with a big pocketbook is able to pick them up before everything falls apart.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and fascinating. But yeah, no, Reese that fun, and him and that little halfling fellow were going around and introducing themselves to every little group that was coming in.
He wasn't super talkative. Does he spend? Have you noticed him being around, or is he just kind of stick to the administrative areas?
I mean, I haven't seen him since he came in, said hello, welcome, and walked off. Honestly, he gave me a little bit of the creeps. I don't know. There's just something a little bit off about him.
I mean, the Verthani. I think that's kind of their vibe.
Oh, that's fair. All that those cybernetics that like to just shove in every part of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of, are all those cameras connected to you, or are they just
Oh no. I'm one. And he kind of like doffs his coat a little bit, like tugs at his collar. It's like, nah, I'm 100% natural Yosoki. They're all external. But got to make sure I have a good view of everywhere I'm looking, and a little bit behind me as well. Got to get the best camera footage you can in this business.
I wouldn't know. I'm not involved in that type of business.
Ah, that's fair. That's fair. But I didn't catch your name. What's your name, friend?
Oh, my name is Luke.
Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, Luke. I'm sure I'll see you around a little bit. There are not too many of us going on this particular, this go around here. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yeah, I'll probably be around here most of the time.
Well, I'll come back around at some point. I'm gonna go get a little more footage of this, surrounding areas a little bit. Then, we have the big party they're throwing tonight. And I gotta get ready for that.
Oh yeah, right. The welcoming party or whatever it was.
Yeah. And yeah. And then he'll kind of start making his way on out of there. And we are going to, you know, get everybody set up nice and ready for their vacation here in New Elysium. Winnie, after you kind of finish your eating contest and you're just wandering around eating a little bit of dessert, you actually do get stopped by a member of the security staff. Let me a security specialist here.
What'd you do now?
What did I do? I was just eating.
I show you kind of what their uniforms look like.
Ooh,
Give you
We're
yeah,
collecting high
security staff
levels
looks
of
like.
mercury
I
from
like
you.
that outfit.
Oh, she's cute too.
She's gonna stop like sorry, Miss Winifred, I don't mean to be a bother.
Then why are you?
Well, I was just
Yikes.
curious.
Dang, feisty.
So after you chased off that one pirate, Kane, the commander of our security staff, did send out a couple of our ships, and he was able to capture it and bring it back. Just if you were curious, we did capture a couple of the pirates.
Cool.
We're curious, wanted to go talk to them, or yeah, anything like that. I just passed on a message. I don't really,
Hmm.
it's up to you entirely if that's what you're feeling, but
I
they just
do.
wanted to
I
pass the
do
message on
kind
because
of.
you helped kind of capture them in a little bit.
Yeah. You know what? That does sound like fun. Yes, I do want to talk to space pirates. Also, just lobbing this one out there. Do I get any cool upgrades for saving some people and running over some pirates? And yeah.
That's She kind of like scratches her head and then looks down at her data pad. It's like, I mean, I guess they'll give you some salvage rights to their gear if you want it. If you want to pick out anything of their stuff that you want, but
No, I don't
that's
want
kind of
that.
that's all I'm really allowed to offer you, unfortunately.
Hmm. Disappointing.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Not your fault. Let's go talk to the pirates.
And yeah, she's going to kind of take you back to where they have the pirates currently locked away. But what happens with that? What happens with this welcoming party, and where everything else in the story is going to go is going to be a tale for another time, as this is where we're going to call it for the week.
Oh
Yay.
man.
I hope you guys are all excited for your super fun, fancy getaway at this massive resort. I
Yeah.
will try and get this map at least updated with uh what every location is for you guys, and get the rest of the tokens and everything ready over this next week. Hopefully I'll have some time to do that. But yeah, just as always, thank you guys so much for playing with me.
Thank you, Kay.
Thank you for running.
I'm gonna get a date with a nature witch.
I mean, yeah, there's staff, there's other guests. Y'all can have some fun. There's a great time to just sit back and let your characters relax and unwind.
Yeah, that's what this
Oh
campaign's
yeah.
about, right?
Mhm.
Whores.
Totally.
Yep.
We established that at the beginning. It's about whores.
Well, exactly. Now there is one thing I actually forgot to mention.
Oh, okay.
During Against the Ion Throne, you guys did have a one level up or re-roll per level. We are going to continue that forward. Now, technically, two of you had used yours before that ended, but since it is a new campaign, I'm going to refresh them. So everybody, you do have one free reroll of a D20 that you can use for each level.
Heck yeah. I'm never gonna use it.
I'm gonna live forever.
I probably will use mine.
I will
I'm
definitely
gonna
use
use
mine.
mine. I mean, I'd like to use mine now.
Nope, nothing to use it for. And yeah, so that's where we're going to leave
Maybe
it.
use
I
it.
hope you guys enjoyed setting the scene for where, and I hope you have absolutely no idea where the story's going to go from here, because I don't want to ruin anything for you guys.
All right. Have a
Alright.
good week, everyone.
Have a good week. See y'all next time.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
night,
Bye.
friends.
Hey, friends.
Bye.
Bye.